Fringe culture is only fringe until one special person comes in, makes mistakes, and is so undeniably talented that people have to notice. If you've been on the internet just as long as I have, then you'll know this figure all too well. Today we're talking about how Ice Poseidon laid the foundations for modern streamers of this area to succeed in the level that they do now. Ice Poseidon is insanely controversial and objectively a bad person. But there are people just like this in every single genre. For example, we have Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was a trailblazer, but he was also notoriously a vicious, vile businessman that would get anything he wanted through any means necessary. He was cruel to his engineers, but he made an innovative product and revolutionized the world of technology that we know today. Ice Poseidon was not too different. No matter how controversial or how shitty of a person he was undoubtedly different and no one could deny it. These are some words we can try to describe him as. He was a pioneer, he was a degenerate, and he was the OG clip farmer. He was better at clip farming than anybody else, and it wasn't even his own intention. He would clip farm without even knowing because he gave his audience something that now every streamer is almost obligated to give. Access. He gave his audience access not just to his own personal life, feelings, or thoughts, but access to everything about him, including his location, his reactions in publics, and his interactions through text-to-speech. Early in Ice Poseidon's career, he was just playing RuneScape online, trolling people, closing doors, trapping people in buildings, and for Twitch, that was popular. Not only was it popular, but it was the only thing you were allowed to do. Gaming content was the only type of content allowed on the platform. Because before that, it was Justin TV. They had not been acquired by Amazon yet because they weren't that viable of a platform. People were definitely making a living doing it, but not to the level that we see today in cases like iShowSpeed, the FaZe Clan or former FaZe Clan, and Aiden Ross, people like that. He invented IRL streaming. He did this through a loophole. Like I said, it only allowed gaming. He did this through a loophole with Pokemon Go. 2016 Pokemon Go was an insanely popular game. We've all played it at some point or another, and people would stream it. But the thing is, he would really just play it, but he would mainly be talking to the people around him. And people loved that. They loved the way he interacted with the public. They loved his confidence, and they loved the way he was awkward and unabashedly himself. So they got to get a real look at who this individual was, how he reacted, and how fun he could actually be in unpredictable scenarios. But when you do that and you are so inviting, your audience can take advantage of that, and take advantage they did. He allowed hate watchers to influence his life using text-to-speech. Not only is that a mistake, it is probably the reason he is known for what he's known for today. Because he had a swatting incident on an airplane, he got permanently banned on Twitch. Swatting is not okay. Don't condone it. And it was horrible. Ice Poseidon notoriously was not a good person, but he didn't deserve that. And it definitely affected him. And it affected him so much and gave him such a bad reputation that eventually he created a crypto coin and he pumped and dumped his audience. Whatever little reputation he had, he absolutely obliterated it with that move. But when we really start to see the parallels of what he was and what he was creating compared to what today is, it's undeniably influential in how streamers carry themselves today. Streamers need to have action. They need to have something engaging. So clip farming is absolutely a must for any streamer. This is one of the first rules you learn. get a cool reaction, do something crazy, and you'll go viral. He was a master at this, intentionally and unintentionally. He constantly did this in public, saying horrible things, making terrible mistakes, but we need people like him. We need people like him to make mistakes so better and more polished creators can move in to take that spot. Now, like I said, and I'm going to reiterate it again, he was a bad person, and he's still a bad person, but he was an innovator. He created a degenerate content house. Now, he was not the first to do this, not by any means. The FaZe clan was absolutely the first to do this, and it was a popular form of content at the time. I didn't necessarily love that content, and I didn't watch it, but it was undoubtedly popular. It was drama-inducing, and it retained a lot of clicks, and people can really connect to a online personality a lot more when you see them in real life interacting with other people. But the difference between Ice Poseidon is he created a degenerate content house, because like himself, he was a degenerate. He wanted to do bad stuff, say bad things, and be around bad people, and that's what he created, an environment conducive for that behavior. There is plenty of people like this now that do it, but I think he was the most famous example because he made the most money off of it, and number one, he was first. He was first in doing something like that, and he did generate endless clicks. He didn't do this on Twitch. He ended up doing it on Kick, but people definitely took this idea and ran with it. He was influential in the making of that scene. The kind of scenes we see on Kick today, it was made for people like this. And he's unabashedly himself and, like he likes to say, a villain. So that's just some of the ways he revolutionized content, but all the parallels are there. The way he formatted it. By the way, online IRL streaming was no easy feat in 2016. People now have bitrate backpacks to do this kind of stuff. He didn't have that. He didn't have anything close to that. But he made it work, and he showed that you can actually make a lot of money just being out in public, doing stupid stuff, saying stupid things, and you can get paid a lot of money for it. He paved the way for degenerates online. Now, degeneracy online has been here since the invention of the internet, but he definitely popularized a certain portion of it. This is a short video, but undoubtedly, he was a trailblazer. Nasty individual, terrible to his audience, and rightfully so, banned on multiple platforms, but he did something no one else thought was even possible and found loopholes that no one else even knew existed. He was one of the most effective trailblazers content creation has seen in a long time. He does deserve praise on that front, but he's basically paved the way for every single popular streamer we see today. If you like what you saw, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See ya.